And I'm just going to ignore what all of that is, because I don't know what any of that means. How am I hosting JM if I gone live?
What?
It'll unhost on its own. Give it a moment.
There it goes. Okay. Alright, so whoever decides to watch us, when they decide to watch us, hello.
Oh!
Welcome to our chaos. Does anybody have any announcements?
I'm 27.
We has a birthday.
It's more like
outside.
it's a celebration of Norwegian independence. Because apparently that's the thing.
Okay.
It's real. My grandma can confirm that Norway got independence this day a while back. So happy Norway Day!
Yes, that is what
Happy
our goal
Norway
is
Day.
too.
Yay!
That is the only thing to celebrate today. Also, for those who might not realize, today is the tax day. The extended tax day. If you have not done it yet, hurry up. You don't have much time left. I don't really have any announcements. Does anybody else have anything?
Hold on.
Okay.
I've got one announcement.
Oh my. The laughter makes me nervous.
Ruh-roh.
Just, you should know me by now. I do memes for announcements, so I'm trying to pull up my latest one. If my Wi-Fi will let me. Alright. Ready?
Will we ever be?
I gotta do this most monotone voice that I can. The Fitnessgram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. The running speed starts slowly but gets faster each minute after you hear the signal. Ding! A single lap should be completed each time you hear this sound. Ding! Remember to run in a straight line and run as long as possible. The second time you fail to complete a lap before the sound, your test is over. The test will begin on the word start. On your mark, get ready. Ding!
I worry for all of our sanities, and I feel like I am validated in my concerns.
Ding.
Yeah.
Ding.
I'm currently hating my own existence right now. Let me be Mimi.
Oh,
No.
I'm right there with you.
Oh god, I feel like we all should be worried for our own sanity.
I think you should be worried about me the most. I'm this close to the edge.
Yeah.
And it's not of glory.
Yeah. If you only knew how close I was.
I love you, though, and I love you.
So, in that case, if there are no more announcements, let us begin Humblewood Session 25. Who would like to...
It's really 25? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's already the 25th. Does anyone want to earn their inspiration by doing the summary?
I dissociated all last episode, so I'm gonna pass on this one.
I forgot to write.
I barely
any
remember.
notes at all.
Besides, I did the last one anyways.
Nobody?
I can try, but I only know as far as the last episode.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Welcome to the magical world of Humblewood. There are foxes, there are owls, there are hedgehogs, there are gerbils,
Strings.
Gerbeens.
Gerbeens, not gerbils. There's gerbeens. Last we found our heroes, they were taking a vacay spot, and they are headed to. Oh my god! I was about to send the city of Creston campaign.
It's the wrong game. Wrong game.
They're headed to the center of Humblewood to do something, but currently they're hanging out in a giant spa carried on the back of a bagworm led by a quokka, a capybara. We don't know, but he's cute and he's adorable. And all of the flesh meat bags that y'all know and love met a bug bean. And she doesn't know what's going on. But they seem like fine people, so now y'all have achieved the bug. Like a new Pokemon. Mothman. Y'all have Mothman. In a world full of cryptids. I am your Mothman. And
Pokemon.
Zinzi was paranoid and possibly having PTSD. Gerald.
That's very pointed.
I just love that name. And Wine Mom.
Wine Mom.
Wine Mom.
Yep.
Also, Gwendolyn is adorable as always and talked to her son.
Oh yeah.
And then I made a friend with the other owl.
Shall we?
In this, shall we? Shall we?
Shall we?
Shall we? Now shall we get on with it?
I like it. Shouty approves.
I'm a disaster bisexual.
Yeah, you are.
We all are. Embrace the disaster.
Wait, what?
All right. Just expressing how entirely queer we all are.
I mean, that's
I feel
the
left
criteria.
out.
The token
That's
straight.
I am the token straight.
You are the token straight. Because at this point, we can all confirm I'm not entirely straight.
Ayy.
I just haven't reached that level of being able to label myself yet.
I mean, if you're just comfortable
I'm straight
with
and cis,
queer
I'm
itself,
boring.
if you're just comfortable with the term queer itself as a label, if you want to label, then use that. If you don't want to label, don't
Yeah.
fucking label. No one gives a shit.
Period. I'll be right back. I need my dad to put my ribs back in place.
Ooh, that's fun.
Good luck.
What?
I have many concerns.
We snap, crackle, pop in this family. It's fine. It's hereditary.
Ow, my neck.
Precisely.
I'm not sure if that was a snap, a crackle, or a pop.
Or yes.
Probably something you shouldn't have done.
Probably. In my young 25 years of age, I should not be popping my neck.
All right. Well, I
If it
think
makes
that
you feel
was.
any better, I've been crackling and popping since I was like 22.
Same.
It starts early for some
Well,
people.
earlier.
I think started doing it at like 15, so.
Like, oh, hey, what's that?
Well,
I was
I
Rice
think that was.
Krispies every morning before I was 20.
Well, I personally think that was a fantastic summary.
It
So,
was.
with
Thank
that in
you.
mind,
I really
take your
tried.
inspiration.
So what do I do?
On D&D Beyond, there's a little button, a little blank spot that says inspiration. Just click it.
Oh,
Inspiration means that you can re-roll a roll that you do not like once.
yay! Do I just have it for this one session?
You have it until you use it.
Thank you!
Yeah, so you get to use that for whatever roll you don't like. You just have to take the new roll.
Thank
I'm trying to think, what's the longest I've gone holding on to an inspiration? I think I've gone a few sessions.
I've gone at
one
least
game.
7. I know I've gone like 7 because I forget I have it.
Yeah.
I know the shortest, which is about 10 minutes after I received it. Like I wasn't in this game, or I started my Tuesday game. And like, hey, I got an inspiration, and then within 10 minutes, I tried to do something, got a 1. Like, I like use my inspiration I just got. 10 minutes is how long that lasted.
All right. To add just a little bit of detail, you all had been sent by members of the council from the Elderheart, which is the city you are now outside of, to talk to the leader of the bandit coalition and either kill her or come to some sort of arrangement. You guys decided to come to some sort of arrangement and arranged for negotiations to take place between the bandit coalition and the council members themselves to create a sort of ceasefire at the very minimum, while to offer time to find out what the hell is happening with the sudden expansion of what is known as the Scorched Grove. You guys made some friends along the way, lost some friends along the way, not to death, but to moving on in their life journeys. And you've come across a couple of new friends who have decided to join you guys and try to figure out what they need in their life, as well as how to help out those who are suffering at the moment. As you have been enjoying your stay at the Bagworm Spa with its wonderful host, Ormir Belindo, you guys realize that your transport is coming to a pause as you are now on the outside of the Alderheart tree. Chang'e and Shaori, you have not seen this place, not in person. Chang'e, this is entirely new to you. Shaori, you've seen images, but they don't live up to the scale. This is an entire, enormous tree that has been carved, that a city has been carved into. There is as you stare at this enormous trunk, you can see there is a doorway that is carved into the side that leads to a flight of stairs. And if you guys walk all the way around where Zinzi's, Gerald, Gwen know to go, there is in fact a lift built into it.
Neat. This place is huge. Much bigger than in books.
I bet. My home was similarly structured to this. It had a similar concept, but this... Wow.
Magnificent.
I didn't know trees could grow this big.
You know, neither did I. I thought my home tree was big. Nowhere near this size.
Huh. Yeah. Well, you learn something new every day, huh?
That's the goal.
Ormir helps bring all of your bags out of the Bagworm Spa, leaves them for you, waves farewell, and you watch as the spa takes off behind you, passing by the tree, and you watch the trees go back into position behind it like it had never passed.
Thank you again.
Oh, that place is so cool.
Hopefully it's again.
Should be walking all the way back.
Absolutely. So shall we head up these stairs, or is there another entrance? Or I've certainly never been here before. I think I'll follow you guys for a moment.
Well, it all depends on what we should do first. Secure our lodging again, and then we check in on Eliza.
I would love to see guys again. But we should business before pleasure, aren't we?
Probably. We just had quite a lot of pleasure.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That is very fair.
Hunger, Kaori, if you wouldn't mind staying close to us so we don't get lost.
Sure.
That is very easy.
Let us enter the city.
All right, you all decide to enter the city. Are you taking the stairs? Are you taking the lift? Where are you heading first?
I think the unofficial consensus was that we were going to go visit the speaker, just to let them know in person, like, how everything went.
Which one? There are 5.
The one that sent us.
Ones that sent us were Avery and Conrad.
Yes.
Conrad technically was the official one, right?
So
So they're both-
technically,
It was
the
Avery.
council itself sent you on this mission. Conrad and Avery set you guys aside to talk to you about it because they had different hopes from the rest of the council as to the outcome. And
Okay.
they were very clear about that at first. Most
Oh.
of the council just wanted Benna taken care of. Conrad and Avery were hoping for a more peaceful solution.
Okay. So then we would. Gwen is heading towards the council then.
Okay, so you're heading up to the council plaza.
Yeah, and the lift would probably be the fastest way to get up there. Yeah.
The lift takes you into the Canopy Market, and from there you can make your way to the council plaza.
Okay, that is what Gwen will do. Hopefully, with a tow of other people.
Oh, yeah. Shouty's right behind you.
Following.
Okay. So if everyone is heading up to the council plaza, you guys all arrive at the gates, which, as always, have members of the Perch Guard standing guard. Make perception checks.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Good.
Total of 24.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
17.
All right. Gwen?
It's my Stargate die too.
Nice.
18.
15? Okay.
Oh, 18.
Oh, 18? Okay. All right, so you all start to approach the gates to the council plaza. As you're walking through, you definitely notice a lot of goddamn stairs. It's almost like no one's ever seen a walking moth before of that size. There's... Even with Einar walking through this city, you guys got a few stairs, but he was still generally accepted. Changa is something they've never seen before, and there's a lot of whispering, a lot of confused looks, a lot of stares.
Cindy's will glare back at anyone who's staring maliciously.
Make an intimidation check with advantage. You guys have a reputation now.
Great.
My god, 22!
Oh. There's a few people who start to, like, gossip nastily, and you just stare them down, and it very quickly stops. And there's a lot of looking down and away.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You guys approach the gates of the council plaza. The guards greet you, kind of look you over and go, "Oh, yeah, you guys... yeah. New faces?
Some interchanging with our party, but they are trust. They will be trusted as we are.
Sure. What business do you have at the plaza today?
We are here to regale the council with our success of our mission and the details pertaining to what comes next.
Right. Head on in. They wave you in. Shaori, as this conversation is taking place, since you rolled a natural 20, you also can see behind and into the plaza itself a lot of different figures walking back and forth. Some of them look to be, I mean, they're all dressed in very fine garb. Some of them obviously have more of a intern station kind of like appearance to them as they're running scrolls back and forth. There is a small like meditative garden up here, and this is in the branches, by the way. So you guys are at the top of this enormous tree. As you were walking in, you did see past areas that were called the branches that are a residential area for bird folk. And for the well-to-do bird folk live in the branches. And you can see easily how if a humble folk were to misstep up here, it could be bad.
Understood.
However, you continue to proceed through, and as you are looking into this council, you do see a couple individuals that are dressed very nicely, more so than the rest that are walking around. One of them is a white peacock gallus, older woman, who seems to be walking in the front of two other individuals who are a osprey-like raptor and a barn owl-like strick with very mottled fur.
Coming for you. Coming after you. Is that the audio going around is like, no, they're definitely here for us. We need to go.
I like the audio that's for, that was Top Gear after they, like, used the cars to spin donuts into a giant penis on a dam. And they're like, should we run? Yes. Right. When should we run? Now. And how far should we go? Quite a long way.
Oh.
All right. I need to pull out the rest of my notes. All right. So you see, as they're walking past, you can tell that the two that are following that gallus seem to be having a more intense tone. And if you'd like, you can also make an insight check.
Is my insight a 7? That's another natural 20?
Oh my god. You should love those dice.
They're paying off because I didn't use them last couple sessions. I was using D&D Beyond. 27.
All right. This older gallus white peacock looking woman seems to be irritated by the other two, who seem to have a very annoyed and argumentative conversation. It looks like they're trying to convince her of something, and she's just done with them. And if you like, well, actually, you could just, I'll let you decide what you want to do from there.
I am simply following Gwendolyn. I am taking in everything, but
Okay. All right. Did you want to point out to anybody else that you see these three or no?
I probably should, but I don't think my character would.
Okay.
Because I don't know who we're looking for.
Okay. All right. So you all enter. Does anyone else want to make a secondary perception check?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, Gwen's gonna be creeping.
Okay.
13.
13. All right.
Also 13.
All right. You both catch a glimmer of the, because she's very recognizable. You notice, this is Speaker Beta, who's the leader of the speakers, who is the Peacock Gallus that is walking through the courtyard, heading off to what's probably her office.
And she was the one who was trying to convince the other two?
The other two seem to be trying to convince her
Okay.
of something.
The two that we don't like. Or, the murdery ones.
Are they? I don't know. Are they? You tell
they-
me. Do you like them?
It's politics. There's always murderers.
I mean, did they want us to take care of Benna?
You can probably assume as much based on your conversations with Conrad and
I'm gonna
Avery.
roll insight just to see if Gwen gets that. That's alright. And it's a 12, if that matters.
Okay. Yeah. You can connect the dots.
What is a monkey?
Well, it seems some of the news has already gotten here. Fantastic.
Oh shit, I just came to a realization. This is off table. All the equipment that we were loaned, we have to give it back now.
Uh-oh.
I owe Avery some money because she enchanted the captain's sword and I gave that back.
I can't remember which I loaned, the Cloak of Elvenkind or the Cloak of Protection.
Technically,
I don't know which one I got on loan.
I don't actually know.
Or the Boots of Speed. I don't know what's mine and what's not.
I do.
Ah.
Also, I'm not entirely sure what I owe Avery because she didn't give me a price when she enchanted Frey's sword, and I
No,
don't
she
have
didn't.
that sword anymore.
No, she didn't.
Oh boy! I owe.
You're
all
about
my
to be
debt.
in debt, motherfucker.
I owe
Y'all
my debt to
forgot
myself.
this shit. I didn't forget this shit, okay? It's all in my notes. I'm better at taking notes
Whatever,
as a DM than anything else.
And whatever she gave our bear friend, she isn't getting back because he's gone.
Alright, so where are you guys going within the council plaza? There is the little Zen garden. There is the council building itself where you guys originally had an audience, and then there are like different office buildings along the sides. Are you just gonna guess? Did you want to ask somebody?
Zenzi's is not the leader of the group, so she's just following.
We've been to the council room before, yeah?
You were in the council inner chamber.
Okay, so would we not go there?
You could.
That seems like a reasonable decision.
Gwendolyn heads towards the council chamber place.
Okay.
Chowdery follows.
as you all start heading towards where you remember the council chambers to be, again, there's another set of perch guards outside of this building who, as you start to approach, put a hand up to stop you. And it's another, and how can, is there something that you are in need of?
Oh dear, we didn't bring a lion this time.
What?
If you recall, we were sent on a mission from the council, and we're here to report in.
Well, the council's not in session at this moment. I can...
Dare you, sir. I am a madam. Address me as such.
Okay. It's a moment of... Okay.
Would you happen to know where Speaker Conrad or Avery are at this moment?
Well, Speaker Conrad is over in his own offices. Speaker Avery, I believe, is currently in her tower. All Speaker Beta, Speaker Warwick, and Speaker Riken are all heading off towards the Contemplation Gardens for their own discussions. Who are you looking for exactly?
I believe we passed them on the way. The two we have spoken to more directly were Conrad and Avery.
Well, if you'd like, I can escort you towards Speaker Conrad's offices. However, as I said, Speaker Avery is not in the Council Plaza at the moment. She is at her own tower.
Understandable. We can speak with Conrad. He'll give our words to who needs them.
All right. And this perch guard starts leading you towards some of the offices that are over to the side, and brings you outside of they're all very well decorated, well carved into the wood buildings, and then knocks on the door, which you hear a very sharp enter, and then he opens the door and leads you to exactly what you'd expect from Speaker Conrad as his office. It's that same kind of elegantly sparse that you would get from someone who is a well-to-do spy master. There's not much in terms of personal effects. It's all very clean. It's all very well organized. And sitting at a desk, poring over some papers, is Conrad himself, who looks up from his papers and goes, "Ah, you've returned. Sooner than I was expecting. Please, come in."
Gwen is going to look at the guard who escorted us in. She's going to give him a stern glare. Say, "You better check your manners, young man."
Yep. Yes. Ma'am.
Parents.
He shuts the door.
How rude. Speaking of Conrad, so good to see you, dear.
And you. It seems that you all have had a busy past couple weeks. We've received messenger birds from the bandit coalition themselves, asking for a time and place to begin negotiations. Well done.
It wasn't easy, but
I imagine so.
I believe our advocate that we brought with us made all the difference. But I'm glad to be on the other side of that.
I see that you've lost a couple and gained some new faces.
indeed,
Hi.
our mutual friend has stayed behind to keep an eye on things and to hold us accountable for delivering news and hopefully seeing a peaceful transition.
And the bear. Tell me you didn't lose anyone on the road.
He had a change of heart of entering here. He has returned home after. He will be returning home after assisting Winton. There was a knoll problem, probably still is, in some matters. There's always more knolls. But he is helping them repair their town. They tried to send word here, but the knolls kept intercepting the messenger.
We managed to receive word from Winton about 2 days ago corroborating that. I'm assuming they were able to send word after you left, moved on to the next.
More knolls, so we hopefully they will be able to recover. Our large furry friend is assisting them and likely will be returning to his homeland.
Well, I'm glad he's assisting, as usual. Finding the resources to send to help out with any sort of relief has proved difficult. We've managed to send a couple, but not many. And what of your new friends?
This is the darling Showery.
Oh.
And our quite unique addition to our party. Again, I have no idea how she pronounces that name.
Changa.
Changa. Yes, it appears Changa has been stolen away from her home, which we don't seem to know where that is in relation to our humble nation. Perhaps you know a good cartographer who could help? Or a lore master?
A cartographer we might be able to locate. Have you tried the
the hell is the name of that frickin' shop? Says Sarah, completely breaking character.
Wasn't that the shop that Zenzi's and Red visited that had the maps?
Yep, I have its name written down here somewhere.
Oh dear, we came straight to see you, of course.
I need to do a better job at keeping track of all my stores.
What's happening? I had to talk to my parents.
Oh, we're just trying to, we're introducing you and trying to figure out if there's a cartographer or someone who can help you find where you're from.
I love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all are the best.
And now that you're back, it can actually kind of explain. So, what Showery and Changa see here behind this desk is an older-looking corvum with a very crow-like beak, starting to get white in the feathers. Very nicely tailored blue robes, very nondescript, and he seems to like it that way. He's got a very stoic yet observing expression at all times. He almost seems to be constantly trying to read you.
Don't do that.
What is the name of it?
I
have too many notes. I'll find it some other time, I am sure. The
At
moment
least somebody in the group takes notes, because Lord knows I can't with my ADHD.
Feel like that.
Alright.
The last note I took was I had an info dump, and that's it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Nice.
I've listed exactly every spell that Eliza has in her emporium, but I do not have the name of the bookstore right now. That's really annoying. That's fine. I'll look it up later. We're just gonna pretend that he says the name of the fucking place.
Insert store name here.
Exactly. Exactly. Alright. I'll worry about that later. I have way too many notes. Yeah. So, He addresses Shari, and then he looks over at Chang'e very clearly, tells you guys that he recommends going to that one shop. And he's actually going to... Could you please get the... Thank you. Roll. Real quick. Let me pull up his sheet. To see if he can figure out. Disadvantage. Yeah, he looks you up and down, Chang'e, and goes, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have the slightest idea as to where you came from.
I get the feeling that's going to be the general consensus everywhere I go.
Yeah, dear, we're fine. We'll work together to get you back home.
What?
I'm confident that we'll find a way to get you where you need to go, regardless of how long it takes.
Well, eventually, hopefully.
Can you...
That door is not closed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Close it.
Hi, Dan, Mom. Hi, Dan,
I thought I closed that door, and then it just slowly opened up. No, they're just going up the stairs. So they can't hear into the room, but we can hear them.
They're speaking loudly.
Wood floors. They make everything echo.
Yeah.
Conrad looks to Chang'e and says, can you think of anything about your home? Anything that might be familiar, if described?
That's a fantastic question for Chang'e, but less of a good question for Alice. Like specific landmarks, native plants or native creatures. What exactly are you wishing for me to describe?
He's just asked if you could just name something from your homeland that would make him kind of be like, oh, okay, maybe I know that.
Well, a popular dessert is mooncakes. They typically have they're little cakes with a specific filling. What's the actual dates? Sometimes it can be filled with dates. This clothing, this style is called Hanfu, and it is traditional wear. If that is striking or would help in any way.
I have him roll one more time. This time a straight roll.
Okay.
Somehow ended up worse. He just looks. He just looks at you and just. I'm sorry. I can only assume that you're not from the northern regions above our wood. The north is far too cold for such cloth.
Yeah. This is certainly a predicament. Oh, I appreciate your efforts in trying to help navigate my home. May just be a matter of talking to the right person.
I can send out my people, see if we can find out any more information. If that would help.
It may, if you are willing to do such a service.
Certainly.
Did I get his name?
He has not introduced himself to either you or Showery. He's just...
Okay. Then I'm going to ask him, oh, what is your name?
Yes. Conrad. Speaker Conrad. Everyone just calls me Conrad.
Conrad.
And you?
Alright. Chunga.
Very nice to meet you. Can't say I've
Very
ever
nice to
met
meet you as
anyone
well.
quite like you.
I've never met anyone quite like you either. I must say it's been rather stressful trying to believe that not every creature in this land wants to devour me. So,
Well, I promise you that, as far as I know, we are more civilized than that here. There's always the exception, but for the most part.
okay. Alright. Thank you, I won't take up any more of your time. And I kind of scuttle away a bit and, like, pull at my wings so that they, like, go with me faster.
As for the rest of you, it seems that your encounters have been considerably more successful than I had hoped. I half expected there to be some form of inklings of war. However, you've managed to negotiate, at the very least, a conversation, which is more than I could have hoped.
Yes, but hopefully that conversation leads to more conversations and not more conflict.
That is the challenge, and it is something that we are working towards even as we speak. I do believe, and he gets up from his desk and starts walking over to another door to the side of him, that you deserve to be paid for your services. And he opens the closet door, and you can see sitting on what looks to be like a bookshelf is multiple bags that look like they could easily be bags of gold, and a single key. And it looks like 6 bags of gold and a key. And he steps over to the side.
Well, everything in my nature tells me to not turn down gold, but I am curious. What is this key for?
Yes. With some effort, I've managed to acquire a location where you might find yourself more comfortable while you stay at the Alderheart. A home for you and your friends. Treat it as you like, decorate it as you like.
That is more generous than I would give you credit for, Conrad.
I surprise many people. So I've been told.
Well, you wouldn't be very good at your job if they saw your moves ahead of time, did they? Would you?
In my defense, this is payment from the council throughout. We did have to vote on whether or not we would be able to give you as much as this, and we're able to clear these coins out of some of our coffers and pay for the real estate as such.
Well, I don't see no reason to deny such a generous offer. Though I should inform you that, much to my dismay, he is still very much alive, and he may very well be a problem.
I'd expect nothing less.
We spoke briefly. I had expected his goons to follow us outside all the way back, but it seems he doesn't have as many goons as he once did.
Don't underestimate him. He simply might not have seen it as worth the trouble.
I took that into consideration. But hopefully, our mutual friend will be able to keep an eye on him while he is remaining at the camp. I'm sure he'll let one of us know if anything starts to creep up.
Certainly.
Gerald will take his bag of gold and then walk the other bags to each of the party members.
Okay, so you each can add a bag of gold. Are you going to look through it now, or are you going to wait?
Zinzi's will take the bag and head straight in to count.
There is a lot of shiny gold in that bag, and quite a few precious gems as well.
Because I imagine her head's small enough, head goes completely in.
It's a big fucking bag. And you all hear just the ever so slight chuckle from Conrad at this display. Are you actually counting it standing there? Because it'll take a while.
1, 2, 3,
Zinzi,
4, 5, 6, 7.
It might be easier on a table.
Shut up! You're making me lose count. No, I have to start all over again. 1, 2, 3.
And then she'll just continue to quietly count.
You find 2,000 gold pieces.
Holy shit!
500 silver. And about 400 gold's worth of assorted gems. Sapphires, diamonds, emeralds.
I'm just gonna add 400 gold to my inventory with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it.
I'm fucking rich!
You guys did a major favor for some very powerful people. Just remember that.
Now they just send aid to my fucking town.
Sorry, did you give us a total? I was
Yep.
paying attention.
2,000 gold.
Oh my.
500 silver. And 400 gold's worth of assorted gemstones.
The newcomers don't get that because we didn't do anything, right?
There are
Gerald
enough
can.
bags for all of you, seeing as they are 2 party members down.
I took what Gerald said as he handed it out to everybody. Shoutery's just standing there with the bag in her hands, like looking back to the party. She doesn't know what to do.
You see a white squirrel, just her head inside a bag.
You were
Gwen's gonna nod at you, Shouty, like just like just a gentle like.
And you get that like.
No, not with the silver hand worth of gems.
You said
When Gerald hands the bag to Red and then hands it to
Honestly, add the rest like.
Changa, he'll like, this should be a lovely start to your funding of finding a way home. Some of those maps may be quite expensive, so in place of our friends who set out on this journey, here.
Conrad, always a pleasure. If there's anything else we can do, please let us know.
While I'm sure we will have some time where we need your assistance in the future. As of now, we appreciate the help that you have given us thus far, and allow us to thank you for the assistance you have given us so far.
Oh, our pleasure. After all, we all live here. This is all our home, with the exception of Changa.
Right. Yes, of course.
But may this feel like your home until we can get you back. Yeah.
We'll see. At least I'm in not deadly company.
Gwen's gonna just
Not deadly to you, dear.
arch an eyebrow. Yeah. Like,
I would say we are quite deadly. Just not to
Well,
you.
not moth-threatening company. How
Huh?
is that a better phrase?
That's
Indeed.
fair.
yes. However, do steer clear of the lanterns, dear. They are quite
Is-
volatile.
That's a fucking stereotype.
Yeah, that was like, what's
Racist.
that?
Are you racially profiling a moth?
Now hang on a second. Hang on though. DM.
Yes.
Why lights?
Well, it depends. Which one did you take? Because one of them is susceptible to lights. But one of the other ones wasn't. Which one did you pick? The one that's susceptible to bright lights or the one that isn't? I think you picked the...
Remember?
I think you picked the one that's not. Because you picked the Luna specific, right?
Right. Yeah.
Then you picked the one that doesn't have the susceptibility to bright lights that causes you to have to roll disadvantage to see if you're distracted.
Off the table. Did we get the items from Conrad or from Avery?
You got the items from Avery.
Okay, cool. So I was just about to hand back this wand, and I was like, that would be awkward if I did get this from you.
Still like bright lights.
Oh, Zinzi, you still have the Nest Charm, just a heads up. If you want to add it to your inventory, you're welcome.
She would have given it back by now.
Okay.
Because I never add shit to my inventory some days, so just take it back.
Yeah, no worries. All right, well, perhaps we should pay Miss Avery a visit.
That sounds good idea. Before we go, Conrad,
Yeah.
we spoke of something on more of a personal matter before we left. Have you had any headway?
Not as of yet. Hopefully soon. I sent out a few feelers.
Thank you. You didn't stick around long enough for me to question him. Then, granted, I doubt he'd tell me, but well, I wish you and your feelers luck.
I was fine until you lost it, Paige.
I was trying to hold it in. I really was.
Nope.
Funny.
Nope. Y'all are nasty.
Y'all.
You've known me for what, almost 2 years now?
Yep.
Technically, I think it would have been 2 years at least a couple months ago.
I think so, yeah.
Woman, you know how I be. I have a very dirty, dirty mind.
Alright, so you all leave Conrad's office? Okay. Where are you headed next?
Gwen would like to go to Speaker Avery's tower,
Okay.
if possible.
Okay.
She is also going to look at Zinzi's and be like, now Zinzi's, try to hold on fast to that. Don't put it all in one place. Perhaps we should go to a bank after we talk to Speaker Avery.
Why would I go to a bank
Hey,
in this
what's
town?
that?
It's a place where you can store your money and your valuables so that they don't it's still
Alderheart's not my home. I have a bank back in my home.
okay, well perhaps they're connected.
Showery, coming from a very small village, is very confused.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's a bank? Why would you give away your valuables?
I would also like
they go in your home or on you.
This is gonna help pay for my little sister's schooling. I'll just take it back home with me when I go back to Meadowfen.
Oh, that's a lovely idea, dear. I'm gonna give some to my son and probably some to Eliza for taking such good care of us and the kiddos.
Lindsay just takes the big sack of gold and puts it in her pack.
By the way, Changa and Shaori, I'm sure that you'll love Eliza.
Oh, looking forward to meet her.
She's a sweetheart.
Wait, I heard I'm sure that you love a calzone. Was that the right
Nope,
word?
that was not the word at all.
No, but that sounds great.
That's a very different word.
Would you like a calzone? Because I can send you one.
Brian, are you trying to bribe Alice with calzones?
No, I just you're craving a calzone.
I don't even know what that is.
It's basically like a pizza folded in half, and then you dip the thing into pizza sauce instead of having the sauce in the thing, unless you're me and I just put the sauce in it.
Okay, if you put the sauce in it, it's just a stromboli. That's the only difference.
Isn't that like if it's log shaped though?
That's a cannoli.
No, isn't a cannoli a dessert?
Yes.
It is, and it's log shaped.
We are a mess today.
Yes.
What
is sanity?
I mean, isn't being a mess one of the prerequisites of being queer?
Yes.
So.
Maybe.
But no, I said Eliza, not calzone.
Eliza.
She is the cat being who is one of our BFFs in the city.
Oh.
Yes.
BFF.
She is a cat. She is an Allurin, is what they're called.
Yeah, sorry, I just
Ooh.
And Allurins are also very rare in Everden itself, as they are not native to Everden. They are native to islands to the east.
Huh.
Do you have cat creatures where you come from?
Wait, hold on. Would you say that they're from elsewhere? I'm here all night.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Wait, that was supposed to be a dab. Fuck! Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
We are just... It's okay. It's alright. We're doing great. Woohoo!
I just started summer hours of work. Fucking kill me.
So, you guys start heading over to Speaker Avery's tower, which is in the residential area of the branches. Shari and Changa, as you guys are walking along, this is you have to walk through what's called the Canopy Market to get to the branches, which are in a different area. The Canopy Market sits like in the bowl at the top of this tree. And it is busy. There's a lot of really nice shops here. There's a lot of really interesting people coming and going in different locations. You get that smell of fresh baked food, or the smell of freshly hit iron as you pass by the blacksmiths, as you're going through the different areas of this enormous city. And you find yourselves towards the edge where the branches are located. This is where the pathways start to spiral up the longer, thinner branches themselves. And once again, there are guards outside. This is the wealthy residential area. Yes, Shari.
As we were walking through the the Canopy Market, I would have looked for melon, grabbed a melon, tossed the gold, and kept walking.
Make an investigation check as you're walking.
Also, we probably should bring this up. This is above table. We should probably bring this up to Avery when we see her. Is that we forgot to ask Conrad a very important question. Where the fuck is the house?
That's a very good question.
We
I
got
was
a house,
wondering.
but we didn't ask where it was.
No, you didn't.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
Hold up.
No, I caught that. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I got that. I
Yeah, that's a
love
full table,
D&D. I am that DM that I'm just gonna sit here and go, okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Just pretend like I know where I'm going.
That is how Zinzi's gets around. I love it.
I don't know what's going on, but I'll act like I do.
Independence Day? Really?
Alright. So, Shaori, you are, as you're walking along the street, there's a lot of great smells, there's a lot of barkers in the street, and you do find at a tall, older, elegant-looking servant, which is a doe, a deer-like person, has a vendor stall outside that has a whole bunch of assorted fruits, and you easily find yourself a cantaloupe, and you're able to grab it and toss over as you grab it, she's like, hey! Oh. Thank you.
Welcome! Sorry, in a rush. Now, is it real cantaloupe or is it American cantaloupe?
Oh, it's real cantaloupe.
Yes. That's it. I just wanted melon.
Okay.
Just doing that bird thing.
You guys all continue walking towards the bows, where you are greeted at the gate by a couple of the town's guard, the perch guard as they are known, standing outside, and they see you all and start to block you, recognize you, and wave you through. You then proceed the rest of the way through the bows, knowing your way to Avery's Tower, which for Shaori and Changa, this is a new location. The tower itself is sculpted out of a tall branch. The door itself is carved into one of the branches. You guys knock on the door, and it is answered by a young hedge in servant's clothing who gestures you inside, and you guys find yourself in a waiting room. Everything in here is decorated in the most nature green witch kind of way is the best way to describe it. I mean, there are wrapping vines on all of the railings. It's been cut and carved out of the wood, as you can see. It is just gorgeous in this home. As you are waiting, you guys wait for just a few minutes before Avery comes down the stairs. Avery is a Luma, a white dove in very fine purples and reds in her robe, with gold trim along the edges, and she comes down and sees you all, and oh, I see you have returned. It is wonderful to see you again. Some faces are missing, though I see some new ones. Were your travels more dangerous than you'd hoped?
No one's dead, last we checked. Our dear Panzerbjorn is in Winton for the time being, helping them rebuild. We helped out with a little problem that occurred there.
Yes, I was informed.
Problem. Yeah, we took care of that, at least enough so that we'll be able to rebuild. And after that, he's going to return home. You missed a small furry gremlin creature, Nar, who is staying with the bandits now since he has adopted our attaché. We took up to the coalition as his motherly figure, which is not surprising to me in the least. Also, our Corvum friend is staying behind in order to both be essentially be collateral, as well as assist in the more peaceful transitioning going forward, and to keep an eye on the older members to make sure none of them get too much in the way.
Interesting. It sounds
But-
like you had quite an interesting trip.
Very interesting. And along the way, we found both our the lovely Shaori, found her.
She gives a
there and-
slight little bow of her head as she greets you. She's very,
And-
she has that very pleasant affect to her.
And this is the ever unique Chunga, who is well, she is a visitor from a strange land who is trying to find her way home, and we have offered to assist her.
Isn't she lovely? Also, lovely to see you, dear. And she's gonna do Bizo Bizu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely just, oh, hello, darling. Well, it is very lovely to meet both of you. Welcome. Welcome to my home. Is this your first visit to the Elder Heart itself?
Yeah, it's magnificent. I never
Very
dreamed of a tree
large.
this big.
Yes, very large.
Yes, it had been sculpted over many, many generations, working amongst the trees thousands of years ago. Well, I'm glad to know that you've all arrived safely and successfully on your trip. I was quite worried as you had traveled away.
Well, that worry wasn't entirely misplaced. But we were determined to see it done.
And now we must do our part as the politicians. Thank you for at least bringing them to the table. Can I interest you in a cup of tea?
Oh, yes, dear.
I
It's
would
nice to
love
be
a
around
cup of
people
tea.
with manners again.
She gestures off to the side. You watch as a couple of the servants that she have open the door, and you guys are led into a sitting room where there are little cakes provided, fresh tea. It is very, very classic, elegant. And you all are able to sit down and enjoy some treats.
I did have a small question. We have already visited Conrad and received our generous payment for our services. But I did forget to ask him a very important question. Do you know where the house is?
Certainly, yes. It is within the trunk. We thought that perhaps would be more comfortable for you than being up here in the branches.
That's not untrue. That's. I'm sure we can find it there. If
I will have one of my employees here assist you in locating your new home. Do enjoy.
Yep.
Did you have any other questions for me? How was your trip?
eventful.
Yes, I'd be happy to divulge all of the information over some wine on perhaps a later date. We have some errands to attend to.
Certainly. That sounds quite lovely. You are always welcome here.
And you are always welcome in our home. Now that we have one.
Now there is one other matter of business I assume that you are aware is coming, is in regards to the items that I had lent you. I think it's best to assume that they are now yours. You have done very much to help out our wonderful city, the Humblewood itself. And as I'm sure we will be requiring your assistance further down the road, please accept these as gifts from me.
Well, that eases me, since the weapon I asked you to enchant, I returned to its original owner.
You no longer have it.
No, the very fine short sword that I had enchanted I returned to our attaché once we delivered her back to her people.
Interesting.
It was her sign of station, after all. I was going to have to think of. So how I was a bit concerned as to how I was going to repay you for a weapon I could not return.
I understand, and that is quite an interesting way of showing a chivalry I was not expecting.
I do tend to surprise people on occasion.
Did anyone have any other questions for Avery, or are you guys just enjoying some light conversation and some cupcakes?
Zinzi's was munching on a cupcake and just internally celebrating that she doesn't have to give the cloak back.
Gwen is actually going to give the Wand of Entangle back, even though she doesn't have to. Just in case, dear. As in politics, I'm sure you're aware that you can never tell who your friends are and who your enemies are. You might want to keep this on you, just in case.
I appreciate the gesture, I do. I am more protected than I appear, believe me as such.
Of course, dear. I would expect nothing less.
If you would like to keep it, you are welcome to. If not, I will simply keep it here for you until you've changed your mind.
Oh, you're too kind. Well, it'll give me an excuse to come back and drink wine with you, so...
Certainly.
And she'll present it.
Alright, after you guys enjoy your treats, your tea, you guys are able to head out. Speaker Avery makes a gesture and calls over a late 20s probably, but still pretty young, Corvum staff member that she has. This is actually a Blue Jay Corvum because Blue Jays are corvids. They are from the Raven and Crow family. I don't know if anyone knew that.
They are noisy as fuck.
Yes, they are also, they have that intelligence that crows and ravens have, that if you piss them off, they will remember. Be careful. That's why people think they're assholes. Anyway, so she calls over to this individual and goes, Brenna, if you could please escort them to the home that I had shown you before. And the girl just kind of nods briefly, gives you all a very gentle smile, and starts leading you out of the tower. Do you all follow?
Yeah, Gwen will do another bizu bizu. On the way, though, Gwen was going to look at Red.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been quite quiet since we've returned. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just had a little bit too much to drink.
All right, well, perhaps Eliza has a tincture or something for you. I'm
Is
excited
this
to...
Red talking or Hannah talking?
No, it's Red. I haven't had a single grab back call.
I just had to ask.
No, you're good. No, but Red's like...
Gwen will sort of like...
I might have gone overboard.
Gwen's gonna pour a cup of her special tea, and cast the spell, and then pass the cup to Red.
Tea time? Okay.
Yeah.
Just gonna go overboard.
Come now.
Does Showery notice any of this?
Make a perception check. It's not a high DC. Red, are you trying to hide it?
12.
Not entirely.
Roll with disadvantage.
She's just like,
12.
yeah.
Roll deception with disadvantage. And Chari, I'll give you advantage because she's not as successful as she thinks she is.
Oh, wait. So my
You have
perception was with
advantage.
Oh, okay. Then dirty 20.
Okay. And Red?
Am I rolling?
Deception.
Deception.
That's a natural 20
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
no.
for a total of 22.
Okay, never mind.
She's hiding it pretty well.
Damn. All right.
Okay. No lesser restoration for you.
What does the tea do again?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Tea Time is a wonderful spell that is a real spell, too. And on top of everything else, here it is. It gives you advantage on wisdom, perception, and intelligence investigation checks, as well as initiative rolls. So perception, investigation are advantage, and so are initiative rolls. In the event that, we do get into a fight in the city for some reason. And it tastes really great. It's Gwen has been sort of like changing the herbs in it, and there's a little bit of like violet and a little sprig of lilac, and it just has a very like purple feel to it. It's good.
I like it. Yeah, she's gonna take the tea and go, thank you. Take a sip or two and like sneak her flask out.
Hair of the dog.
Pour some in the tea.
Does that negate the spell?
Amazing.
Actually, disadvantage on all of those checks. Just kidding.
All right, so you guys walk the rest of the way through the Canopy Market, down into the trunk. Now, you are not terribly far down into the trunk, and let me switch over. If you guys are able to jump onto Astral, you can see your house. And then I will let you all, next time over the break, discuss how
Where's
you
the
want...
portal again?
Huh?
Where's the portal again?
Astral? Let me
To the
send
map.
you a link. And let me get rid of
It's
some of
posted in
this.
Humblewood.
Yes.
Oh. Tech fighted then,
Let me resend a link. Which reminds me, at some point I need Changa to make a character.
Yes, on the portal.
Oh.
So for example, when we do like combat and stuff, she has maps, digital maps and stuff, and you can move your little character token around on the map. It seems really easy.
Oh, okay. Oh my dear.
Alright. And I'm going to zoom way out so people at home know. You guys are brought to the outside of a really large home, especially considering this is the trunk. The trunk is usually where you find the more middle and lower class individuals. And instead, you guys are presented with... Switch this. It is a large mansion almost. It's unfurnished. You guys are welcome to furnish it as you like. There is basic amenities in it already. But I'm saying to the players, you guys will have the next 2 weeks to pick out what rooms you want, how you want them decorated. If you reach out to any of the staff of Speaker Avery or some of the other interns that you might find in the Council Plaza, you might find ways to get furnishings for this home, or you can purchase them on your own. This is your place. This is what you guys get to do what you want with this place.
I know I want a workshop. That's it.
So.
Oh my.
You got some options. Yeah, you got. Anyone who played in the one shot knows that I am rebranding the mansion I used.
Oh, yeah.
However,
do I get flashbacks?
Roll the madness check. No.
Okay. No, I will. Natural 20?
You're fine. You're fine.
That's 4 natural 20s tonight?
Yep.
3.
3 for you, and 1 for Red.
I rolled 1.
Yeah, so it's 4 total. This is
That's
a crazy days.
That's a huge bitch.
All right. So, you guys, you can take the time to explore your home. Pick out a room. You will notice that the entryway, the staircase, are very large, almost like they made adjustments for the home for a Panzerbjörn.
Oh.
All right. I love high ceilings.
So there's high ceilings in this place. It's pretty big.
So this little ledge thing, that's just upstairs? The bit that's below?
Yes, the floor that all of you guys are standing on right now, your characters are, that's the first floor. The second floor is the one next to it, and that is a balcony.
Okay. Oh, I see. It was okay. It looked like it was just a little curve because my vision is set to 60.
Gotcha.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay. Wow.
I call this room.
Red, you're staying on the first floor? Is that your home now?
I picked the room in the top left, corner.
That's the first floor.
Square there.
That's the first floor.
Yeah.
If you scroll through the map, you'll see there's 2 floors.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Oh my god, this is making my laptop run really hard.
Huh?
It's making my laptop run really hard.
Sorry, Astral tends to do that to me sometimes when I first started up. I don't know why.
I see where we all started, but on the lower part, I only see 2 rooms. And half room.
Yeah, you can zoom out on the map, and then you should see all of it. I zoom out by using the slidey cursor thing.
Okay. Okay. I see.
Oh no, it's because it's my field of view.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yes. If you
say,
unselect on your character, you will get rid of the field of view.
How do we do that?
It won't let me unselect.
Just click on somewhere else on the map. That's not your character.
That makes me do this.
Yeah, it won't.
Really? That's dumb.
No, not for players.
That's dumb. I'm sorry.
I would think that it may be
this one. I choose this one. Second floor. Right room. That's mine.
Is Zinzi's picking a room?
Are the light sections
Zinzi's is
windows?
staying in the fucking closet that I put her in.
Red, you get into your room and you're like, yes, this is huge, this is perfect for me, and you hear this like slight tapping in your closet. Because Zinzi's is in your closet.
Zinzi's is nested in Red's closet. I love it. Like, you can't get rid of me, bitch.
So, like, is this over here where I am? Is this like a giant like walk-in closet?
And here's the door. There's the door, bitch.
You're in one of the rooms, and it has a giant closet and a bathroom off of it.
You know what? I'll be over here in the corner.
Okay.
I'll find another closet for her to live in.
I kind of want this room right here.
Downstairs, okay. With
yeah,
the
slash bedroom in.
What is that called? A bay window.
Yeah. Like that could be turned into a little reading nook with a little day couch, and then I could put my workshop and stuff all up in here. And then I'm assuming that's a storeroom.
That can be whatever you want it to be. If you guys want to make it a storeroom, or if you want to make it, your kitchen is the room to the right of where Gwen is currently standing.
There. Okay.
This looks like a place with a stage.
This closet.
Where'd you go?
Zinzi's is picking smaller and smaller rooms for her teeny tiny body.
Is Zinzi's? Why don't you go here? That's probably the tiniest room in the place.
Okay, that works.
Is this room I'm in now? Is this a stage or a balcony?
That's a balcony. That's a balcony.
There you go.
That's like a big like a farmhouse outside balcony. You know?
Oh, okay.
So, oh my. Okay, so this one, that's right there. Whoever picks the room Gerald's in, I hope doesn't mind noise.
Just know, you guys have the next 2 weeks to talk about this. So snap your photos of it. I can set it up so that you guys can I'll send it out in the group. You guys can mark it up. Pick furniture. If you guys want to tell me I have a whole bunch of tokens. If you want, I can help you figure out how to furnish it so it looks awesome. Cool. We'll do it up. Okay? We have 2 weeks to make your home.
I just opened it. I've been filing my taxes this whole time.
Is it because of my announcement at the beginning of the stream where it's don't forget it's tax day?
Because it's tax day, and I was like, fuck, I gotta get this done. But I'm getting a refund in California for $36. Mama's gonna go to In-N-Out. What?
Oh, that's right, you guys. Okay.
Also, why is whoever's picking the room I'm in not minding noise?
Because right below you is where Showery's making a shop.
Yeah, I'm making a workshop down here. Slash bedroom.
Right underneath.
Love how Zinzi's is right next to a large ass room, and she's just like closet, nest.
I just wanted to clarify because I haven't picked a room, so if I'm in a room already, that's not indicative of.
Like I said,
you're in the entranceway.
Like I said, you guys have. Yeah, that actually is the entranceway. You guys have time. You have tons of time. No worries.
All worries.
All right. So, as your characters finish up picking their rooms and figuring out what they want, it's probably about 2 in the afternoon at this point. You guys have time to do whatever today. What would you like to start with? Or what would you like to do?
Map for Chunga.
Okay. Can you? I can't hear you, Brian. What?
How do I go to the second floor?
If you scroll out on your map, it's at underneath.
Okay. I have a circle for some reason.
You have to move your
Here,
character.
I'll move your character.
Okay. I can only see part of the map though. Is that normal?
It's perception thing. It's I think I remember why. It's because that is your field of view. If we were in like a dungeon crawl or whatever, that's what it would be.
Okay.
If you go into your character, click the settings button, you can adjust your field of view and make it bigger. Or infinite.
So if it's okay, I'd like the room next to Rez.
Only up to 300 feet.
That's okay. 300 feet is...
But that lets you view the whole thing.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. And Gwen would like to go see Eliza whenever we're going to do.
Okay.
Hold on. Like, can I just check in? Because I was born this day. How's everyone feeling? Like, do we want to keep playing, or does everyone kind of want to just go into relaxation mode?
I'm good.
Sarah, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I've been drinking my Gatorade.
I'm happy to play more, but I just wanted to make sure that no one feels like they're being forced to play.
Absolutely. And if you guys want to take this right now to take a few minutes of a break, let people who want to look at the map look at the map. Anyone who wants to run to the bathroom, run to the bathroom. We can do that. You guys want to take a few minutes break, or do we want to keep going?
I could use a break.
I think
Use a break.
That's probably good.
Okay.
I'll take a break.
I want to make myself some ice cream.
Okay.
Right.
All right then, we'll take a break.
Break.
Where did you say I can change my perception?
Click on your character.
Vision, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you. Sorry, I was in the middle of
Yep.
Keep her safe. Watch over her.
Nice. Very nice. So, is this like our home base, or is this like the Jor house?
That's
For Critical Role.
It's however you want to treat it.
And you said the second floor is the one where Showery is? Or is that first floor?
Showery's on the first floor. The second floor is where Gerald and you are.
Okay. Showery,
Yeah?
I do want to point out that there is like a nice little like nook / closet / like, I mean, if you need like a potion storage area on the second floor in the top left. It's got like a closet, and then it has like another adjacent room that's got like...
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured I would put myself on the ground floor in case I did something stupid. It wouldn't fall through the floor.
Okay.
And I do have actually a little bit of a storage section just above me here between me and the stairs. So
yeah. No worries. I just thought you might be interested in that space. But...
Yeah, I appreciate you looking out for me.
Yeah. And if anyone else wants the room that I'm in, like, I'm happy with, like, there's like a room downstairs that has a bay window. I can do that one. Put one from the red, or I'm flexible. It's fine, guys. You can figure it out.
Oh, yeah, that was the main hall.
So the bad news is I owe $700 something to the government. But
oh my goodness!
I also haven't claimed any of the stimuluses, so I should net.
Stimuluses are not taxable.
They are a tax deduction though if you don't.
Oh yeah, they're a deduction. Yeah.
Yeah, so I deducted them from last year because I didn't take any last year. But we'll see what's on it.
technically I should be owed another $700 because I paid tax on my unemployment.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they decided to change the rules like in March or April.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll probably send you a like a check or something.
Yeah, they should be sending out refunds starting this week.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
Is everybody having fun?
Yes.
I hope you enjoy the surprises I've had for you with the payment and the house.
I have had many surprises, especially considering I did not participate in those.
You guys are getting to higher levels. You're gonna need it. And you were actually there during the negotiation. You just weren't sure what was happening.
Yeah, no, I was, I think I was still technically a prisoner at that point. Until after the negotiations, then I was set free. Properly. Since I need specific gems for my spells and such, either while we're on break or maybe after the game, could I get a list of what those $400 gold worth of gems are in my bag specifically?
The way I worded it was specifically non-specific. So if you were looking for a $300 gold piece diamond, let's say, it fits within 400 gold. So if you want one of those, you know, some of that gem to be a $300 gold piece worth of diamonds, then you got that.
Nice. That was much more than I was expecting, but yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
I worded it that way because I know gems are often big parts of spell components, so I just wanted it to be easily done.
I was looking at like 25 gold piece gems and 50 gold piece gems. No, now I can do a revivify if I need to. Awesome, thank you. Let's see what those are. It's a third.
I'm torn about Friday for work specifically.
Yeah?
Because there's supposed to be 2 servers on Fridays. Because we get busy. Right. But the last 2 Fridays, I've been by myself. Which has been busy. Has been insanely busy. So I liked having a second person. However, this Friday, there's going to be a second person. And I remembered how much money I made last week because I was the only person.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, but I think I can handle it. I know I can't, but I think I can. I made so much last week. Specifically on Friday. Because we get so fucking busy. We get some crazies too. We get some interesting people. Hannah, you okay?
Yes, I'm just trying very hard not to stress the fuck out right now.
Oh no. I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, I have a 90-minute long show to learn to perform on Saturday.
Oh.
And I didn't know it was this Saturday.
Oh no.
So I have singing, all these kinds of words to learn, a script, and dancing.
Okay.
In 4 days.
I am so sorry.
Gail?
The life of being a self-employed performer.
Uh-huh. I'm
But
so
that
sorry.
money, though.
Just coconut extract.
Okay. I smell it. I was like,
I know.
Okay.
You'd think it's coconut rum, but no, it's just the flavoring of coconut.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Were y'all waiting on me?
No, not at all. I don't honestly. Is Brian back?
Stop recording now.
Brian, have you returned? Gwendolyn Bradford?
Well, let me just, while we figure that out, just as a show of hands, I guess, who's going to the bookstore?
Bookstore, map
Gotcha.
store?
It is a bookstore, but it's where they had maps.
Oh, okay.
3? Okay. And Gwendolyn, where did you say?
Nothing.
I thought I heard him. Alright, so we can start with the bookstore then. Since you've been there before, so it's easy for you to lead both Shari and Changa to that bookstore. And you walk in and you hit that same, like, wall of vellum and old papers. As you walk in the door, there's a few more customers in there this time. And once more, sitting behind the desk is that stern-looking squirrel, I think she was, actually. Just scrawling away in her book as you guys walk in the desk that sits way back from the door. The walls are lined with books and scrolls and rolled up paper and inks. Anything you can imagine you could possibly want relating to books.
Stop trying to murder me. Can I? I'm going to see Eliza. Is that en route to the bookstore? Is the bookstore en route to Eliza?
I would say you would pass by Eliza's to get towards the bookstore. Eliza's actually pretty close to the entrance of the trunk from where she is in the Canopy Market.
I'm gonna go with just staying at Eliza's then. So.
Okay, so you stop over at Eliza while they go to the store?
Yes, but can I just pause for a second?
Yeah.
Hannah, you are a very brilliant performer, and you are gonna fucking kick this thing's ass this Saturday. So break a leg.
Yeah.
Break all the legs, but
I'm gonna try.
Don't stress. You got this.
At least I'm performing with my parents who have done this show a million times, and my mom was like, I can pick up anything that you can't get. I'm like, okay. Thank you, mother.
Alright, sorry, back to the role play. Sorry to interrupt.
Alright, we'll come back to you, Gwen, in a little bit then. So, what would you guys like to do in the shop?
I would like to look at the maps.
Yeah, Zenzi's
I'm
will
going
be...
to go with Shari and look at maps.
Okay.
What did you want to do, Zinzi's?
I was gonna lead you guys to the maps.
Mhm.
Please do.
Yeah, Zenzi's leads them over to where the maps are.
All right. So, you head over to where you found all of the maps of the ports, map of the Humblewood itself, just rows and rows of different scrolls. Anyone who wants can roll an investigation check to see if they can find a map that is not in the Alderheart, or that of the Alderheart.
Okay.
Zenzi's is a dumbass.
Another natural 20. Nope, that went.
Do you still have your inspiration from last week? Or from the week before?
Yeah, but I really don't want to waste it on an investigation roll.
Okay.
What'd you roll, Chunga?
9?
I rolled a 9 as well.
Okay.
I rolled a 4, but I'm going to use my Invoke the Amaranthine to turn that into an 18 plus 7.
Okay.
Wow.
No,
Nice.
sorry, 18 plus 2.
Okay.
Investigation.
So dirty
Modified
20.
Yes, and I'm removing that from my little area.
So, you find 2 different maps that are obviously from not within the Humblewood itself.
All right. Open them up, and I'll like open it towards Chunga, and like, does any of this look familiar? Any like little landmarks? Any geography?
The
Names?
first map shows the eastern, has a little bit of the eastern coast of Humblewood itself, and a series of different islands that scattered over, and then what looks like is probably a bigger country on the other side, but that's cropped out. It's obviously not been explored enough for the sake of this map.
Okay.
The other map is... It's a different style than you're used to. It almost looks like it's from the other side of the fuck are they called? The Kragermore Mountains. Which is interesting because the Kragermore Mountains are on the other side of the Scorched Grove, and no one really goes that way. There's a couple paths that are very treacherous. And the amount of detail for the Humblewood side is extremely limited. So it's basically from the side of the Kragermores over to the west. And you can see a little bit of the... No, it doesn't even have like a little bit of the northern areas. So you do not have a map of the north, you do not find a map of the south, but you find one of the east and one of the west.
Okay. I'm holding it up to Chunga if she recognizes anything.
Make an intelligence check, Chunga.
Oh. Okay. I would imagine I've seen maps at the very least of my home, just of nowhere else. What was that check?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
You can make it a history check if your history is better.
Yeah, I'll do a history. Please. Oh, 22.
22? The map to the west is in a very similar artistic style that you are used to.
Okay, that's all I get from that.
You can tell that this is probably from where you're from is somewhere on this map. I don't know how far you traveled to know where exactly on that map. Because do you know anything about that king? Did you ever go outside of like your home? Did you know any towns nearby? Any like anything of the kingdom at all?
I don't think I knew, or I don't think I ever got that far. I mainly focused on just a little bit beyond my house and focusing on learning about the past rather than what the present was in other places. I think in my home there wasn't civilization close. It was probably a bit of traveling to get there, so I never saw anyone else because I didn't really travel.
Okay.
But if the style is reminiscent, or if the style is familiar to me, then that is at least hope, and that is good to know.
Yeah. It's definitely from where you're from. The question becomes, okay, but where in here?
Yeah.
Because you don't know how long you don't know how long you have been traveling. You didn't don't know how they brought you there. You don't know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna grab the map gently and kind of investigate it further. So this is west of Humblewood?
Yes.
Yes.
It's west of the Cragmore Mountains. There are a couple of points that are marked, but they don't have any names as on the Humblewood side. And there are a few obvious cities in this place, but not too many that are marked. It looks like it was probably someone traveled there, saw a few things, and then traveled back, but liked the typical style that was used in that kingdom, and so adapted it for that map. So it's pretty successful, but it's pretty basic. Let me show you what I have so far, because I am still drawing this fucking map.
Okay. Excitement.
Yes.
I don't map build. I had a pre-made map. And I found someone on Reddit who made it bigger.
Hey, nice.
My goodness.
So you guys all see this.
Oh, hello.
So you know that mountain range that is on the furthest right of that map are the Cragmore Mountains. You know that because of their enormous size. And right next to it, I kind of cut it off in this picture, is a little bit of woods that are placed the way the Cliff Pine Ridge has a forest right next to it, and that's what that looks like.
Okay. Okay, so...
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
If I bought this for you, would you mind if I borrowed it for the night? I would like to make a copy.
Is that to me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Poopy brain.
No, that's okay. I should have said something.
No. Oh. Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Yes.
I would appreciate that. I'll also see if I can split together this map and a map of Humblewood to make one big one.
Okay.
One big one. Oh.
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. While we are here, I would like to get a large sheet of parchment if they have some.
Okay.
2 copy.
All right. Zinzies, was there anything you wanted to look for as well while you're here? Okay. All right. Did anyone have anything else they wanted to look for while they're at the bookstore?
That'd be way out of my price.
I want to look for something, but just what exactly that... Oh! I want to look for a recipe book.
Okay. What type of recipes?
Desserts. Cookies, pies, cakes, the
Okay.
works. Whatever desserts are popular within this region.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. That's a 9.
9. Finding a large, in-depth recipe book. You don't find that. You do find a children's We Can Bake book. It's like basic little recipes that mommy and baby can do, or daddy and baby can do together. Like, it's the little kids, this is my first cooking book.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna be like
And it's
flipping
literally
through the
just
pages.
called I Can Bake.
They're like, do they sell a humble version of an easy bake oven anywhere?
Oh,
Does Sprinkle have one?
Make an invest. No. I mean, if you want to make this your goal for the
I
campaign.
loved that thing.
It was great.
Mom and Dad threw it out. I was so depressed.
Zinzies, if you want, you are welcome to ask anyone. Sorry, too many voices. Sorry.
Too many people talking at once.
No, you're okay. If you want to ask around, you are welcome to ask around for that.
Oh, I was asking off table.
I'm invested in this idea now. If you would really want to. You don't have to. You don't have to. That would be amazing, though.
Zinzi is not interested in an easy bake oven. I was just asking off table because a baking book was brought up.
True. No worries. Changa, what were you gonna say?
I'm just gonna flip through the book and kind of like judge it. I'm like, these really the recipe books that they have in this land? So simple. These are not. There's hardly going to be a decent dish. Shari! I'm gonna look for Shari and be like, Is this what baking here looks like? Is this really what your recipes are? This is so elementary.
I take the book if it's offered, and I flip through a few pages. This seems like a child's book, dear. Like a very beginner's guide to baking. I might be able to write down a few recipes that I might remember from my grandma's cookbook, but these look usable. I hand the book back.
Yeah, I'll take it back. I have really no use for this. And then I close it and like I kind of fold it up in my little arms. I'll be like, I was quite concerned. This is for a moment. I was very embarrassed for the people who live here if this is what you all baked. But this is for children. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I would be embarrassed for us if that was our adult level cooking.
Yes. Well, I may have better luck on another day searching for bakes.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna scuttle off and put the book back where I found it.
And I would like to peruse the shelves for one of two books.
Okay.
I would like to look for either, well, both, but I'm hoping to find one or the other, a tome of understanding or a book that teaches prestidigitation, about prestidigitation.
Okay.
Or like a book that would further my ability of gaining knowledge to use prestidigitation in the future. Something of the sort.
Okay. Roll me 2 different investigation checks.
All right, using my 20 die. Hopefully, come on. They're both 10s plus 2, so both are 12s.
I would say with a 12, you're able to find prestidigitation.
Ooh, really? Nice.
You're not going to find a tome of understanding, especially because
No.
it's considered very rare.
Yeah, that was a natural 20.
That was,
if that.
Yeah, that was like, that's super high. And the prestidigitation, I would say it's not complete.
Okay.
Just because it was a
just
12.
Gets me started.
It gets you started.
Awesome. Cool. I would like to buy that book and the map.
Okay.
And a big piece of parchment.
All right. So you go up to the front desk with the map, the book, and a giant roll of parchment. And you stand there patiently, and eventually this figure just looks up at you and goes, "Yes."
Hi.
Hello.
I'd like to purchase, please. I set them on the counter. Is there a counter?
It's basically just an oversized desk that you're able to set it upon.
Oh, okay. I'd like to purchase these, please.
Yes, of course. Certainly. And she goes and starts packaging it up and looking through her ledger. Ledger, yeah, basically to figure out how much it's all worth. And 20. And it ends up being about 70 gold between all of it.
Okay. Excuse me, how much of that 70 was the book? Just out of curiosity.
That was about 25 gold.
I kind of open up about 3/4 of the way through. You know, it's not really complete. How about we do 17?
Make a persuasion check.
That's literally the first time I've ever haggled in my life. Oh. Persuasion, you said?
Yep.
9!
It is 25 gold because it is incomplete. If it were complete, it would be 40. So it is 25 gold.
It's worth a shot. I slide over my 25 gold. Or not the 25, 70 gold.
Thank you for your business.
You're welcome.
You may leave now.
Walk back.
Do you all go with Shari? Okay. I am going to jump over to Gwen real quick. Gerald, did you go with Gwen? Did you stay at the house?
Actually, Gerald was going to go visit in the armorer.
Oh, the blacksmith? Okay.
Yeah.
And Red, what were you doing?
Honestly, she's probably like passing out in her new room because she's drank too much.
Just in the middle of the floor. I will say, because it's unfurnished, just for the sake of flavor, I'm going to jump to Red real quick. You pass out on the floor, and that young servant who guided you guys, Corvum, who guided you guys to the house and was showing you around, passes by your room, looks in, concerned, and then slowly comes over and just starts like tapping you, going, Miss.
What?
We can arrange for furniture to be delivered? Like a bed? Or pillows? Are you okay?
Yeah. No, I'm wonderful, thank you. Please, I've slept in worse places. Yes, beds, pillows would be nice, but I'm just gonna lay here for a bit. I have a bit of a headache.
Oh. She reaches into her sleeve and pulls out a good berry.
She'll take it.
Feel better. And scurries out the door.
Thank you. She'll pop it in her mouth and like lay it back down on the floor.
It does take the edge off of that headache a little bit.
That's nice.
A good berry is 1 hit point.
Yay!
And then we'll jump over to Gwen. Gwen, you were going to the Eliza's Emporium. You walk into Eliza's, and she is at her desk with a big book in front of her, glasses on the edge of her nose, and she's flipping through it, and looks up at you and goes, "Oh, Gwen! Oh, it's so good to see you. I didn't know you guys were back."
Oh, I thought I sent you some... Sorry, I just stole your accent.
She's always had that accent. She has always had that accent.
We love it, though.
I have too many accents that I do. Oh, dear. I thought I sent you an animal messenger. Did it not arrive?
Oh, yes. I wasn't sure what that was or what that was from. I'm not really used to those things.
Oh, it's all right, dear. I just wanted to check in with you. How are you? How are the kiddos?
Oh, busy. Things are quite busy here, especially since you've introduced us to Speaker Avery. She's been utilizing us to help her with some of her components for her spell work since she stopped by.
I hope she's not using too much of your time.
Oh, no. She is wonderful, and she's quite generous. Ramona has actually been running her orders to her, so that's been offering us a little extra there with delivery fees. So it's been actually quite a beneficial arrangement.
She's quite talented. I think Ramona could learn a few things from her. Also, we have a new place in town, so we'll have to have you over for dinner once we have everything furnished.
Oh, wonderful! That sounds fantastic. I'd love that sometime.
Yes, and if you don't mind keeping an eye on it for us, that's some more gold for you when we're out of town.
Well, I certainly don't mind watching over the place, but I don't think at this point we're at the state where I'd be taking payment for such a thing. We are far too good of friends for that.
Oh dear. Well, I appreciate it, and if we have any plans, I'm sure they'll appreciate it too.
So how is everyone? How is the group?
It's great. They're doing well. We sort of shuffled who's in the group. Galen has decided to
Oh,
stay
the
with.
sneaky crow.
Yes, the wonderful gentleman. He's a kind soul. Yes, he's staying at our destination rather than returning with us. And our big bear friend is helping take care of a gnoll problem in one of the local towns. So.
Oh, good. I'm glad. He seemed a little bit lost when he was here.
You know, it's this is a big tree, but he's a big fellow, so.
That's very true. Well, it seems like you had quite a busy trip then.
Oh yes. Zinzi's and Red and Gerald were all quite efficacious. And we met some new friends. You'll meet them soon, I'm sure. Shaori is a strig, and she's quite lovely. Hello. And then we have Changa, who's this beautiful creature. Want some pizza?
Yeah, I'll take.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm more fun.
Oh, okay. You asked what I was up to, so I figured.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hi, Dom.
Sarah says hi.
Hey, Sarah. Love you.
Hey.
He says hi. Alteran says hi. Or, sorry, Alteran laughs hysterically.
Alteran laughs. What, you mean? I'm laughing because I just imagined you saying that to whoever you're talking to.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Hi, Dom.
Hey, Alteran.
Paige says hi.
Hey, Paige.
Sup?
Hannah does not say hi.
Oh, God, what will I do with my life?
I know. She mad. It's all right.
Say this?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I don't even know why you brought it down.
You told me to. Did Justine
no,
get
no,
ours?
Yeah, she got some. Alright. Did you want to go to Safeway tonight? I mean, want's probably not the right word, but would you mind going to Safeway today?
No.
Okay.
Like Rachel, see if she's down?
Yeah, either one. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, in like an hour or so.
Alright, great.
Alright, thank you. Sorry, internet. And live stream. That was the pizza thief coming to get my pizza. So, dear, yes, Changa is quite a curious one. They're from another land, and well, let's just say, I think you'll get along very well.
How do you mean another land? Not another Aloran like me.
Oh, no, seemingly further away. We're not even sure what their land is, so
Interesting.
very mysterious.
Well, you'll have to tell me all about them.
Well, they should be here in a short while. Now, let's have some tea, shall we?
Certainly. You guys sit down, have a cup of tea, chit-chat for a little bit. And for the sake of time, I'm going to do a jump to Gerald real quick, and then I'm going to jump back over to Zinzi's before we call it a night.
Okay.
Zinzi's and Changa and Shaori. My mind looped. Gerald. You are going to the blacksmith.
Indeed.
Alright. So you're able to find the blacksmith because you've got friends who've been there. And you walk in and you're immediately greeted by the heavy hammering sound as a giant honey badger is working the forge. Off to the left of you as you enter is another area where sitting looks like sewing through some leather armor is a peregrine falcon raptor who just kind of looks up at you, acknowledges you briefly, and goes back to working. The honey badger, however, kind of looks over the shoulder at you and puts down the hammer and quenches the steel and comes over and goes, Right, so how can I help ya?
Well, couple of things. I was going to put in a little bit of commission work. We just recently were gifted a home in the roots, a rather large one, and we have no furniture or eating utensils. So I thought I'd go to the blacksmith for the eating utensils and some appliance and some apparatuses.
Right, that sounds like... That sounds useful. Yeah, alright then. Sure.
That's the boring part. I just...
Cooking utensils, pots, pans, that kind of shite.
Aye, as well as eating utensils, forks, spoons, knives, the whole lot.
Yeah, alright.
I'm also looking to invest in some better armor for myself. Something a little bit heavier than the studded leather.
What are you looking for? Plate? Half plate? Chain?
I was leaning more towards half plate. Problem is, I'm trying to. There's a particular material that I've heard makes it so people who are in, if it were to be made into half plate, it would not be so loud and clanky.
All right, I think I know what you mean.
But I know it's a bit more pricey. But I just came into quite a bit of money, so a bit of mithril half plate.
Okay. Well, as you said, it's a bit more pricey because it's much harder to come by. But if you give me a few days, I might be able to get some made up for you. I've got the materials. It's gonna run you about 800 gold.
That sounds very fair. Oh, he kind of makes a note. He has like a note that has like a list of all the pots, pans, and all the other stuff they'll need for the house. And for this, he'll hand him the list.
I'd say, considering you're spending such a shite ton for the half plate, I'd say another 25 gold should be set.
That sounds quite fair. And one last small task. He takes off the longsword. I know to make this longsword a bit better would probably require an enchanter, and I think I know one who might be able to do so with a bit of conversing and finagling. However, I was just wondering if I could get this touched up. I've had it for quite a long time. It probably needs some TLC that I am not trained how to do.
Oh, you just want to use the grindstone?
Yes. Just kind of get it cleaned up and sharpened properly.
He holds out a paw to the blade.
He'll take it off his hip and hang on to him.
What blade is this?
This is the longsword that I started with. The longsword he's had for like ever. It's got the crest on the hilt. It looks very well made, but it looks like at least but it hadn't had anything like it would be. If we're going to work on Pathfinder, it would be masterwork quality, which doesn't really translate to anything in 5e so much. But this would be masterwork quality longsword.
Okay. He looks at it. He looks it over a little bit and goes, "Well, it's been beat to shit."
I've had it since I was a kid, and look, where I grew up, they only just got a blacksmith when I last visited, which was a couple of days ago, and I lived there for a considerable part of my life, with no blacksmith.
Give me an hour.
No rush. I'm not planning on getting into any fights while I'm in town. But
he goes off and starts working on it.
He will. He sort of separates out. The like 825 such gold and ties it off in a bag and sets it on the counter. That should square us off. I'll come back in an hour and I will hope you can give me a good estimate on everything and as far as time, and I'll leave you to it.
He's already over the grindstone, mumbling to himself, not paying you any attention, and you see the peregrine falcon behind you just goes, "He gets like that. You're fine. We'll reach out to you. Where exactly you said you'd live now?"
He'll make a note on the paper with the address, basically. Just here.
All right, we'll reach out.
Thank you much.
Thank you for your business.
Always happy to do business with fine folk. He'll head out, and then probably from there he'll probably head from there towards Eliza's.
Okay. And real quick, before the end of the episode, we have Changa, Shaori, and Zinzi's making your way back towards Eliza's. Make perception checks for me, real quick. Zinzi's, make it with advantage.
What? I don't trust this shit! I rolled 2 9s! I can't make this shit up! That's
Total?
A 10 total!
Oh, 10 total? Okay.
Yeah, I rolled 9 twice. I have a +1.
Shari, you're muted. And so are you, Changa.
Oh yeah,
16.
I confirm.
Okay.
What are the fucking odds?
About the same as me rolling 2 10s earlier.
What the fuck? Changa, what did you get?
18.
18? Okay. As you guys are walking through the rest of the town, I mean, you see a few things. You see a couple of kids running by. You see different families. Changa, Shari, you noticed a little Gerbine teenager that just kind of darts through the crowd every now and then. And Zinzi's barely made the fucking DC. You particularly recognize a couple voices as you hear your father's voice go, "Well, why would I know where she is? We've been looking for 2 days." And you hear your mother's voice go, "Cedar, I don't need this attitude from you. I was told she's staying here. We will wait here, and she will arrive." As you realize they're outside the tavern that you guys have been staying at, the Defiant Pixie.
Sugar snaps.
And that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
Fuck! God
Oh
dang it!
Oh goodness.
I'm sorry, my brain disconnected for half a second. Did her parents show up at the Elder Hunt?
Yes.
Yeah! And if you watch Zootopia, her parents are a lot like Judy's parents.
Oh my gosh.
Which is why they would be bold
married
enough.
and protective as hell.
Which is why they'd be bold enough to just fucking show up at the Elder Heart.
That's
I'm glad we have plenty of rooms. Also,
I'm scared.
Zinzi's may want to pretend that she does. Hey, when and if we decide to bring them over to the house, maybe Zinzi shouldn't tell them that she lives in a closet.
Let's not bring them over to the house.
Well, I mean, that would be terrible manners to make your parents sleep where we have so many rooms.
With no furniture. No furniture.
No furniture. Hey, I'm taking care of I'm taking care of the kitchenware and the pots, pans, and the metal stuff we need. Handcrafted silverware.
If we get the supplies, I could probably build furniture.
Jesus fucking Christ almighty on a stick.
That's awesome, though. That's great.
Sarah, why do you do this to me?
I told you I have plans for all of you.
Oh goodness.
Bye.
So for anyone who's watching, thank you for joining us. This will be up on YouTube as it usually is within the next couple days. I hope. I've been getting pretty bad about making sure I put it up, but I'm working on it. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching, and hope you join us again in 2 weeks' time for Humblewood, or 1 week's time for World of Pandora. We are hoping that our hiatus for Gem Kingdom Chronicles will be over this week. We'll see. And then we have Tales of Yggdrasil on Thursday, and Outer Rim Misfits on Wednesday. Those are all on Turn to Page 394's page, or MN Chief _ for Tales of Yggdrasil.
Outer Rim Misfits is also on JM Kitsune.
JM Kitsune, you're right. I keep forgetting that, because I'm a fuckwit. It's fine. I
felt that.
But thank you for joining us, and I hope you all have a great night. Bye!
Guys, I just got the most fucking